Welcome to Flow Tricks. My name is Ken, and it is Technique Thursday. Hope you guys have been having a good week. I have very few news today. I'm working really hard on the website, so in about a month or so, you're going to have a brand new website. It's hopefully going to be a lot easier because I feel like the last one was a simple idea that just became so big that it was actually really hard to navigate. So I have a new website coming up. Also want to let you guys know that I'm going to have some Flow Tricks merchandise finally. So if you've been wanting your awesome t-shirt or nunchucks, I'm in the process of getting all that together. That should be coming up with the new website. Every week I've decided that on Technique Thursday I'd like to do something beginner, intermediate, and advanced. At least for the time being, we're going to do 3 techniques every week. So yay for that. I don't really have a lot to report. Like I said, one thing I did not do last week was ask what you guys wanted this week. So I want to set out a reminder right now. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see next week, I'm going to grab a few of them. Just leave a comment in my YouTube page on this video, what you'd like to see, and next week I'll grab a few of them. Well, beginners may get a little bit tired or they may do this in repetition, so let's just add a very simple combo that breaks it up and stops it. You can do this combo if you do your over-the-shoulder passes to left and right a few times. So if we're here and we're doing over-the-shoulder passes and we're not sure where to go, I'm going to give you this combo to give you a way to stop and to do something different. The combo is very simple. As we're doing our over-the-shoulder passes, go ahead and just do your over-the-shoulder pass. If you're not sure, I'm going to give you the lead into the new move. Basically, my right hand, if I'm doing a right over-the-shoulder pass, lifts straight up in a line, and my left hand grabs. Now here's what's going to be a little bit different. Once I grab, my hand is going to pull forward. So before, my hand would slash upwards to the other side, slash, slash, right? Now, my hand is going to be pulling forward like this. This is going to make the chuck fall downward, but as it's falling down, my other hand is going to reach down and catch it. So here, 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 boom. Should be pretty simple. Basically, if you're missing it or if you're going too slow, just do it a lot slower. Make the pull very light and see if your hand can wrap down, open up almost like it's a hook, and wait for it to fall into your hand like this. So make sure your hand becomes a hook and it comes straight down. Once you do this, it's as simple as the rips. Now, you do have to know your rips as well. So once you do the pass, the hand that's pulling forward is going to be the one that rips up. A rip, of course, is where you create the force from one side and you pull it to a hand roll. So here, push. This left hand is going to rip upwards, right? And instead of catching the rip like we usually do, and you remember this rip from the original video as well. This is another one of the basics. We're going to do it off a tricep bounce. Now make sure you do not hit your bone on this one, okay? Basically, if you can do a rip with your left hand, as this comes up, we're almost going to put this fleshy part of underneath our bicep, our tricep, in the way, and you're going to try to aim for right here, okay? Make sure you don't hit here or you're going to hurt yourself. Aim for right here. So, rip, and as soon as this starts coming up, our tricep's going to go right there. Boom, like that. This bounce is almost like we just ripped it the opposite way. It's almost like we're doing 2 rips right now, except for this time we're ripping, bounce, to another rip. Okay, so let's go back to the original. I'm going to show you one more time. Here, push forward, rip, bounce, to, it's going to be a hand roll. The bounce is going to create the hand roll on the other side, to a hand roll, to a clutch. So I'll do it 2 more times for you. 1, 2, rip, bounce, clutch. I guess I started with numbers and I ended with words. It's okay. So practice doing this combo, just your over-the-shoulder passes, and then anytime here, boom, boom, oops, so I messed that up. Here, boom, 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 boom. A really cool stance when you do the clutch. So that's your beginner move, pretty simple. Your intermediate move today is gonna be under the arm aerial. It's gonna look like this. Now, I don't think I've ever shown this to you, but a dolphin aerial is the opposite, and I've seen people do this one. Basically, if you're doing a figure eight, dolphin aerial creates a straight line and it goes underneath your armpit and forward, which causes it to go underneath your arm and fly forward, kind of like a dolphin swooping over, right? This under the arm aerial is the exact opposite. So instead of going from this direction, so if it's in my right hand, we're talking is going to be what? Counterclockwise. We're going to try to get it to go clockwise now. This is a little trickier. What we basically have to do is it's almost like we're doing this move. Actually, we can do it from the over-the-shoulder passes. So we're doing our over-the-shoulder passes. We're going to grip low for this move, okay? We don't want to have a high grip because we won't have enough space. We have to have a low grip. And we're going to basically swing the chuck as far as we can and even lean our bodies back just a little bit so the chuck is actually kind of forward. So it's going to look like this. The moment we almost have the chuck in a way where it's kind of sideways, like this, we're going to pop our arm up and our elbow up, just like this. Basically, we're gonna create an upward lift with just a very small jolt. So it'll be here, and up, and it'll come straight behind. It's not the easiest move. The trick to getting this move down well is getting this as far horizontal as you can behind your back, and then it's that little pop. It's gonna be the pop that just launches it straight up. Otherwise, it's gonna wanna fly forward. Give it the little pop, and it goes upward. And the pop is mostly in your wrist, just going straight up. Last thing I want to do is showcase one more technique. I showcased it on Instagram already. It's a chain unwinder that goes into a thumb roll. So we have a chain unwinder, and you can go directly into a thumb roll. This is still experimental. I always like to make my hard moves ones that I can't do 100%. But essentially the trick to it is first you have to know the chain unwinder. And when your body is going to the inside, so if I'm using my left hand, when it's going to the outside of my body, when the spin is going outwards, that would be counterclockwise if it's here, clockwise if it's in my right. Once it's going to the outside, once it wants to go this direction, outside of my body, I'm going to hold my thumb out. Make sure you push that thumb outward when you get it. Here, here, here. So we go to chain unwinder, then hold the thumb out. And if you, if you let it, like I said, this is still an experiment that really worked. I was really happy about it. But it's, you know, as you do your chain unwinder, how you feel that momentum slow down and then you speed it up as you twist it. It's the moment you start to speed it up. So as soon as you get that momentum to shift, and as soon as you like stop feeling that drag and it's starting to carry on its own, that's when your thumb comes out and it's going to hold straight out. You want to make sure that your thumb becomes the center point of the spin for this chain. And I think that's going to be the hardest part. I haven't been able to pinpoint it perfectly what creates a good center point for the thumb. But I can say there's a slight isolation that I add. There's a slight circular motion that I add with the thumb. It's very subtle. And it's just to keep the chain from slipping, because probably the thing you'll experience the most is the chain slipping. And the chain will slip because it's not connected to the thumb, which is really interesting, because if you look at this, as your thumb's going across this way, really your only connection when you open your hand is that the chain is to your left of your thumb, whereas if it was to the right, it would actually be secure because it's going this direction. This causes a very minor slip, which you have to kind of compensate and experiment with. So good luck figuring that one out. I still have to try it a few more times. But basically, it's all about finding that slipping point once you stick your thumb out and trying to hone it down. Again, next week, let me know what you guys would like to see. Drop me a comment, send me a Facebook message, and I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoy.